And I'm Alec from Script Studios, and welcome back to another Newlywed Talks. It's been a little bit since we did the other ones, because we do these in groups of 4, and then we just let them go for a while, and then we come and do them again a little bit later. So for those of you who are tuning back in, thank you so much. I know things kind of change and look different every time you get like a new setup or whatever. I got new lights, so that's why our
setup is a bit different.
Is different this time. So we also got a weird blue glow going on, just kind of giving it a cool look.
Things out.
For those of you on podcast, you guys are about normal. Nothing's different. Anyways, today I believe we are going through some of the comments that we have had on our previous Newlywed Talks, which we like the most, and some of them were like the only comments that we've had, but at the same time, the best comments that we've had. We just think they're really insightful, and we want to show our appreciation.
We want to show our
appreciation. For people that do comment and people that actually like involve themselves in with this. So we're gonna go ahead and read through that. Would you like to start with the first one?
Yes, I would love to start with the first one. So the first one is on our pros and cons video. Obviously, we have lots of comments on all our videos, but I selected some from specific ones. And this one reads, so this person, she has a lot of great insight. So we've really liked her comments. So this is one of them. She says, newlyweds definitely need their own space. No matter how wonderful family is, there are lots of adjustments to being newly married, that should happen just between you two. And then she also says, also it's best to assume everyone was doing their best, and families forgive each other a lot. Married couples need to do as well. So, yeah. Sorry, I messed up through that. But yeah, there was a lot of wisdom in those 2 little comments.
I agree. No, there will always be mess ups in families. I completely agree with that. I just love how she said, like, let me say that. Mm-hmm. It's best to assume that everyone is doing their best. So, like, giving people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, that's really hard for some people. I know it's hard for me specifically. But I do agree with that. I think it's a really smart insight. Thank you so much for commenting on that one.
Thank you. Really appreciate the insight. All right. Do you want to read the next one?
Sure.
Okay. Why did my phone flipped? Oh, gosh. There we go. Okay. There you go.
All right. This is on which one?
This one is on the Living Together video.
Living together. Oh, that's right. Okay. It says, there definitely comes a time that sleeping without the other person there feels lonely. There is a lot of adjustments, but keep having fun. We are at 34 years now and would make the same choice to marry each other. The fights also should be less frequent as you learn to adjust to each other. That's smart. I think it should be less frequent as you learn to adjust to each other. Because fights are going to happen. Mm-hmm. You're going to get angry at each other.
It comes with living with another person. Like, well,
just in
no
general,
matter
like,
what.
Roommates, you're going to get angry at. Family members, when you're young, you get angry at.
You're going to get angry.
You're old, you get married. Just the person that's been with you your entire life, you're going to get angry at. Just anything. Anger is part of life. Anger is an emotion that everyone feels and everyone has.
We're all human, right? So we're all going to go through those times where it's like, you know what? I can't do that today. Uh-huh. And so, but I love how she said, so she's been married for 34 years now, and her and her spouse would make the same choice to marry each other today. Through everything that they've been through, whatever it's been, they would still make the same choice, and I think that's really lovely.
That is lovely, and
it's so sweet.
You can tell that's a good relationship right there. Mm-hmm. There's like healthy relationships, non-healthy relationships, and if you are that far in and you are still able to be like, I would marry this person. I still love them enough. I still care for them enough. That means there's either been a lot of work put in, or it's just been healthy all the time. I mean, you never really know. But then again, the work can definitely pay off in the end.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if you don't put any work into a relationship,
it'll fall out.
It'll fall apart. It really will. So it really does pay off, putting work into a good relationship.
That's what we think, at least. I mean, if you don't put work into it, then, it's It's up to you on what to do. If you're like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama and you just have a kid like
I guess you could
there,
just throw money at them. That's not really work, but
yeah. Well, I mean, relationships are relationships. You kind of do it as you will, but from our standpoint, we think the more you work on it, the better you try and work together, the better it'll be. So,
and I think it pays off in the sense that usually your partner will see that you are working at it, even if you are stumbling the entire way. They'll recognize, okay, they're trying here. They're trying to do something about it. So it pays off in both, I think, on both perspectives.
Yeah. And then she also said at the very beginning, like after a while, it just feels lonely to be sleeping alone or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
remember
like,
specifically talking about that in the video, actually.
I don't remember what we fully said, but I know for a fact that I am not to that stage yet because it's getting there. But I do gotta admit we got rid of the pillow that was in between us before, and it's gotten a little bit better.
Honestly, once we did that, I started sleeping better. I mean, now that we live in a really hot room,
guys,
so there's been like up and downs with sleep, but like little adjustments, and you can take your time growing together because that's what you got. You got time together, and so like if sleeping together has been an issue, just adjust little things and see if it works, you know? I know that I'm definitely at the point where if I am alone, it's like, this feels weird. Like, I don't like it.
And then when I'm alone,
I get attached
and I can stretch out
easily.
and not hit everybody, that's fantastic.
Thing is, I don't care if you hit me, but it wakes you up.
It does wake me up.
That's the problem there. Anyway.
Anyway, next one.
Okay, the next one. So this was on our honeymoon video, and this is a really short, simple comment, but I liked it anyway. And it says, fun topic, intimacy is one of the joys of marriage. I totally agree that learning never stops and communication is key. So I think super short comment.
So we got confirmation off of what we said.
Hey, yeah. Thank you.
We also heard that there was some controversy and like weird feelings over that video. So if there was anything like that, we do apologize because it was never meant to like throw people into weird loops or something. Yeah. There was a lot of I don't really know what happened there. I don't know what we said, but if there's something that really does bother you with our videos, please go ahead and comment or let us know. We are willing to change some of the stuff the way you talk about, but obviously we're also not going to be pushed around all the time for specific things. But that is just a disclaimer right now that you can voice your opinion to us, and we will change in the way that feels most beneficial to the podcast kind of thing altogether. And we'll go from there. But otherwise, we're not trying to make many haters.
No.
But obviously, the way that we think about things might be very different than somebody else and how they think about things. So
hopefully this podcast, these videos help you learn maybe different perspectives, like our perspective. But we're also very open to discussion. Mm-hmm. And
We also like to see other perspectives,
and we like
too,
to see
because
other perspectives.
We're not so tunnel visioned either that it's really hard to like persuade us of something. Well, not really persuade, but like have us notice something else. Because I know for me, I do like to see all the sides, and then I'll try and pick something. I'm not one that just picks one side and is like, hey, drive first into that.
Which hopefully...
On most subjects.
Most subjects. Which we do like to bring into everything that we talk about in videos. So we might seem really opinionated with some things. We might not seem as opinionated with other things, but hopefully you know that is coming from a place where we do try to look at all of these different sides and angles, and we go with the things that we feel are good and healthy and just feel right.
Yes.
So that's where we're coming from.
That is where we're coming from, because obviously people are older and they have been in marriages for longer and they've had more experience, and we still love to hear your comments, and this is why we're doing stuff like this. We're going to start like reading out comments that people say and put on there that we think are really good advice or good stuff for people to know that we haven't brought up ourselves. But we do really appreciate, especially this wonderful lady that's been commenting on all of our stuff right now. She has been fantastic.
All of these comments
It
that we're reading are from the same person.
Yes.
Just so you know.
She has been like on top of it. I feel like she's one of our biggest supporters, actually, and I love it. So thank you for that. We appreciate you. But yeah, for that one specifically, I really, I don't know. I just feel it's good to get a confirmation instead of just like a backlash to what we said. So thank you for that. Should we go to the next one?
Yes. But here, just so if you don't remember the comment, I want to read it again because I think it's a really short, beautiful nugget of wisdom. Just really quick. She says, fun topic, intimacy is one of the joys of marriage. I totally agree with that. Learning never stops and communication is key. Just always remember that with intimacy. Those two things I believe are just ring true. All right, next comment.
Be picky with intimacy.
Next comment. This is from our love languages video. It's a little bit of a longer one.
Yeah, that one was a longer video by itself. Plus, the comment on this is a little bit longer as well, which is fantastic actually, because it gives us this one actually like we didn't even try and bring into this specific episode for the love languages one, but the way that she brought it up was actually really good. So here it goes. Anyway. As a parent, I try to use all those languages to show love to my children. I think it's important to point out that if gifts are someone's love language, what matters is the thought behind the gift. Buying an expensive gift that doesn't mean anything wouldn't necessarily say love to them. Where a child draws a picture and gives it lovingly would mean so much. Cost isn't important, the meaning behind it is. My mom's love language is gifts, and it took a while for me to figure out how to handle that. Words of affirmation is my husband's love language, and quality time is mine, I believe. So it's intriguing how people are so complex. Fun. I enjoyed your video. But yeah, we didn't even bring up that part of stuff. Like, we didn't dig deep enough, but that is a very true statement. The thought behind the gifts is a lot more important because the feeling and meaning of like, I am important enough to receive something from you that you actually put effort into, you know? That is a huge part in that we completely forgot. So thank you for helping bring that up again. Yes. And thank you for putting it in that sense, because I love the way that was said.
And I like how she talked about being a parent and thinking about love languages, because obviously we're not at that stage yet. But that's something really important to remember, because your spouse is just as important. But when you have kids or these other people that you really care about, it's just as important to think and to learn, oh, so when I do this for them, I see this beautiful reaction come out. Like with little kids, like if one of your kids, if their love language really is quality time, and just one day you have the time and you end up sitting down and you guys play games together, you do things together, and you just see them glowing, take that in and remember it.
Yes.
You know, because that is so important.
Yes.
And it's going to bring a lot of joy to your life and to your child's life too. And even like with other family members or friends, it's amazing when you take the time to really look at a person and to listen to them.
I mean, I'm an uncle of quite a few different kids actually, but all of them need their own special thing for their own special times. I know some of them like to just like be held first, like kind of the cuddling kind of stuff, and they're good. Other ones like to be roughhoused and like played with in that sense. Other ones just like to be commented on all the time. So it's a really good idea to branch out to more than just your spouse on the love languages part, because it's really important and it is really big, especially to show your love to other people instead of just...
And also, I think through trying to understand other people, it really will help. It's the way I'm going to say this is going to sound kind of funny, but trying to understand other people will help you understand other people. Does that make sense?
No.
Like, okay,
Elaborate.
it sounds super weird. But like if you're always focusing on your spouse, you might get stuck. You might get in this rut where you're like, I know they like this and I know they like this, but I don't know how to do anything else. Like let's say if your love language was gifts, I'd be like, but I've gotten you this and I've gotten you this and I've gotten you that. What else do I do? And so if I branched out to other people and looked at their different love languages, maybe I'd notice some other languages that speak to you. And then I'd also realize, oh, this person is also gifts, but the way, like, what I saw them get, or the way they talked about how this certain gift was so special because it really was for them, or it communicated their needs, or someone really listened, like, oh, that makes sense. Like, does that make more sense?
Yeah,
the
that,
kind
that
of a
makes
thing?
more sense.
So you can
It
learn.
did make sense at the beginning, but I wanted it to be elaborated anyways.
Yes, yeah. So you can learn so much by just listening and caring about other people when you're trying to focus on one person, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that's super important, and it's super good. Thank you for this little
thank
nugget
you.
of wisdom again.
That was nice. All right, next one. Which one's that off of?
All right, this one is about children, our children video.
Children video. That one was quite a wrestle. I realized that after I was editing.
Yeah.
Her and I were at it all the time. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is something we still need to iron out ourselves. But
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I want to see this. That's right. We actually have 2 on that, but the second one I think we're going to leave
We'll talk
for
about that
later.
in a different thing.
Yes.
So this one, she says, agree totally that talking about this subject is very important. Setting what you want in stone is dangerous. Being open to changes is healthy and important. We miscarried 3 times, wanted 12 children, ended up with 6 beautiful children. I wouldn't want to send any of them back. Chaos is up to the parents. We had a pretty calm home. The noise was joyful. Fighting was discouraged. Every child was a beautiful blessing from God. Also, watching my husband hold and care for an infant increased my love for him multiple times over. You as a couple are in this whole thing together. So don't become enemies. Stay on each other's side. Love grows with each child and each memory made and each trial conquered. I think
That's cute.
This is one of my favorite comments.
Yeah.
Because she obviously noticed that we were going at
Yeah.
it. And I don't know. I don't know. Children, I believe, really are a blessing.
They are.
You know?
They really are. Children are amazing little creatures. No, and I believe if you are a good parent, then you can control a lot of the chaos and stuff. Given I don't know how I'm going to be. I don't know how we're going to be. I don't know how that's going to end up. So ours might end up as chaos. But if you can be able to handle it, show enough love in the family to just set the example for that kind of thing, then it'll definitely help it out. You know?
And I mean,
And yeah, it's definitely something that be controlled. And with what was kind of the last part? Let me see that. The I don't know. I think the miscarriage part with the specific thing, it's something that I think is really discouraging, and the fact of like family making or like creating a bigger family and all this stuff, obviously, because it's gone, you know. But at the same time, with miscarriages, it does leave an opportunity later. We are religious. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned that before, and we believe that you will see them again. You will see them again in the afterlife, but obviously it doesn't mean here you're not going to miss them, and you're not going to want to be around them and all that stuff. But we're not speaking of experience. We know a lot of people that have gone through this, and we do, what is it, sympathize? Because we haven't been through it.
we sympathize.
We sympathize.
And like, our hearts are with you. And I mean, look at this. They miscarried 3 times, but they were still able to have 6 beautiful children. Like, that is amazing. And even if you're just only able to have 1 after miscarrying, that is beautiful. And that is amazing. And if you're still going through the process, keep going. Do what is best for you and your spouse. Because we understand that that's hard. We have no idea what it's like. But we know that the heartbreak probably is incomparable to anything else.
Right.
So, yeah. Just take your time and stick together through it, you know? Like she says in her comment, she says, you as a couple are in this whole thing together. Every step of the way. no matter what it is.
Whether you have a choice or not.
Yeah.
Together.
You are
Good luck.
together. You made that choice when you said yes. But yeah, and I love how she says chaos is up to the parents.
Exactly.
I think
I'm gonna have little
like,
Alex running around, or even little Hannah's, and it's gonna be hard.
We're gonna have chaos no matter what, but hopefully it's fun chaos. Yes. Hopefully it's the good kind of chaos.
Because if they're anything like me, there's gonna be just a lot of
we're
junk
gonna have
around all over the place.
We're gonna have fun.
A lot of crap going around. They're going to be making fun of me as I make fun of them. It's fine. It's a give and take kind of thing, right? It's fine.
I think we're going to have so much fun, honestly. And the last thing that I want to point out about this comment, unless you have something else, is saying setting what you want in stone is dangerous. Being open to change is healthy and important. So remember, like, if you're wanting, like she said, they wanted 12 kids. They got 6. And, I mean, 6 is a big family, but they wanted more. But they're still happy, you know? And I mean, like, maybe we'll want more than one child, but all we get is one. We're going to love that baby to bits, you know?
Or maybe Hannah ends up giving us 12.
12, you know?
12.
And we're going to be happy. Like, we're going to just be open and be flexible, you know? And obviously, if something really doesn't work, find something that does. Mm-hmm. But just don't set things in stone yet. If you're not at the point where you can say, okay, we're done.
I know, like when you think you're like done, and you both think you're like officially done, that's when you can set in stone and be like, okay, we don't want any more. You know? But
remember, you might be surprised again. But still, that's the point where that's the point where you can really say, okay, we're gonna calm down. Yep. At least that's what we think. But
yeah, but you never know. Anyway, I mean, we're not parents yet. We've only talked about the subject, and we're gonna get there at some point. Obviously,
and obviously, like what we want is gonna change probably. Excuse me. Whew. What we want is going to probably change, or where we're at is going to change, or we're going to be like, okay, this is what we can handle at this time, or it's all going to change.
Yep.
Life is always moving. It's always flowing, and there's nothing we can really do about it.
That's true. Anyway, next comment.
All right, so...
What is it on?
This one is on our little... It's on our little story video.
That's right. It's our little Christmas special for those who haven't seen it. We're going to actually do more stuff like that in kind of the future, but we're going to set it up just a little differently, so be prepared.
I think this one is super cute.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We will have to figure out the specific link and stuff for this. We'll put it down in the description. But they say, beautiful artwork was fun to watch. Stories are fun to listen to. My husband and I actually have a YouTube channel where we read to children. It's called Bompa and Grandma. He reads mostly chapter books and I read children's books, so our grandchildren can enjoy since they live far away from us.
So, one reason why I think this is super cute is, yes, if we can find their YouTube channel, maybe I'll contact her and say, hey, can we have a link to this? If they want to do that. But what I think is super cute is that they made a channel where they can read stories to their grandchildren since they live so far away. I think that is one of the sweetest things ever. How, like, they're trying to keep in contact with these cute little kids all the time.
Whether they're nearby or far away.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, maybe in the future, I would love to do something like that if we're cut off from our grandkids. Oh my gosh. I'm not breathing today, guys.
She likes to yawn a lot in the middle of filming sessions.
I'm so sorry. But I think that is so sweet. Just figuring out creative ways to stay contacted with their loved ones. I think that's so sweet. And I think you can do that at any stage of your life, whether you just have nieces or nephews, or if your child is off to college somewhere, or if you're a grandparent. Like,
I mean, when we have kids, hopefully this stuff they'll watch, and they'll see how dumb their father was when he was young.
How he grows up.
And then I'll become like 40, and I'll be like this mature dude, and they'll be like, Dad, you're so cool. And then I'm like,
you're like, yeah, but watch this
stuff. They'll be like, Dad, what the heck? And I'm like, yeah, I know. So,
But yeah, those are some of our favorite comments from one of our favorite subscribers.
yes, thank you so much for commenting. We actually really enjoy the comments. We love reading them. We love seeing them. We might not comment on all of them because there would be stuff like this that we comment with it because
Because we want to save our thoughts
Yes.
for a big video.
But we really appreciate it, so thank you so much. And for those of you who would like to be featured in one of these later, go ahead and just start commenting down below and filling in the rest of the comment space.
There's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it.
Fill it in.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, specifically that comment part, even though I just said it like 1,000 times. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much about all I can say right now.
So thank you so much
We
for
have a merch
watching.
store, I think, right?
Yes.
Still have a merch store. Please
Still
check
have a
that out.
merch store.
We're actually running on Twitch now, so go ahead and follow us on Twitch. We do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, which might change here soon.
True.
So we'll see.
But yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Have a fantastic day. Bye.
Bye.